dealing with or manifesting in. 3 cards for how Taurus is feeling, first of all, please. The 4 of Pentacles. Okay. So the 4 of Pentacles is the card of the miser. Pentacles are increments of time, money, and energy. If you're miserly, you know, you're like Scrooge, aren't you? You like keeping things for yourself. You're very selfish or focused on yourself, self-centered at the moment. I really don't think, it's a bit similar to the Aries reading, but I really don't think you are trusting of other people's intentions at the moment. I think you're focused on particularly money, but also your time. You're mostly focused on investment into yourself, and it's not because you're a bad person. It's probably experiential or necessity or a bit of both. Yeah. I love these cards, you know. These are off Temu. They probably still sell them. There's coins. There's coins all over that floor. Coins and gems. The 5 of Wands reverse. You don't want to argue. You haven't got time for drama. You're so not about drama at the moment. You want stability. You're Taurus. You're an earth sign. You're grounded. You know, slow and steady wins the race. You've got your focus. You've got your drive. And you are not afraid of hard work. So you could be in a period of hyper productivity at the moment, and it could be necessary, and it could be just part of your goals and ambitions, especially if you are a Taurus, Aries cusper. So if you're early on in Taurus season, then you could exhibit a lot of the Aries fire energy, you know, with ego and ambition and things that you really want for yourself. You haven't got time for drama. You haven't got time for push and pull, on and off, people messing you about. Ones are internal conflict or external conflict with others. Okay, you don't want that. You don't want distractions. You don't want your mind diverted to other things. The Hanged Man reverse. So this is really stubborn energy now. Look at this ball, you know. It's not messy. Worst thing to do is torment a bull. Okay, because bulls have a lot of patience, but once you go too far, it's a fight to the death, and the bull's gonna win, you know. It's just best not to play at all. The Hanged Man, when it's upright, is someone who's willing to see things from another point of view. This person's literally turned themselves upside down, so they can do that. Okay, when it's reversed, it's like, no, my way or the highway. See you later. See you never. These ones, the stencils I bought off Temu, and you know, I bought the gold paint, and then it's just like art card. These I don't make. These are off Temu. They're beautiful. Whoop. Now this landed sideways, so whoever's showing up for you, they're very much they're confused right now. They don't know whether to try and find out what's going on with you or leave you be, okay? Probably because they know what happens after they've screwed up. They're curious, but they don't even want to get caught looking, this person. Probably because you wiped the floor with them. Right, let's see what else comes out. The Queen of Wands reversed. So the Queen of Wands, when it's upright, is someone who's very seductive, very charming. Their solar plexus is activated. They're very assertive, confident. They create goals. They go for them. Queen of Wands is someone that could be a parent. They don't have to be. They could be mature. It's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, fire energy. They could be a fire sign. They don't have to be. The Queen of Wands could also, in a love reading, represent the other man or the other woman. Very tempting. They don't have to be there. When it's reversed, that confidence, that assertiveness is the other way around. So there's a lack of confidence. There's a passiveness. There's a sense of, well, what's the point in going after what I want? I'm not going to get it. I don't feel like I've got what it takes to see this through. So do you understand why they wouldn't be contacting you? This person not feeling confident, they're not feeling good, okay? They don't think they would be an attractive option for you. Not anymore. The Two of Pentacles, they're trying to make a decision. They're trying to decide what their priority is. They could be having to focus on work, or if they already have a family, if they already have children, if they have an ex or other suitors. This person's time is divided, Which one's going to win? Which pentacle? This is the juggler, this is the battle, okay? And this person's not managing to focus on one priority at a time. Okay, so 3 cards for the outcome. The Six of Wands reversed, very similar to the Aries reading. So someone feels ignored, they feel hopeless, they feel they're not getting even, a glance from you. You're not going to listen to anything that they've got to say. You don't want to see them. The Ace of Swords, there's going to be some sort of confession, major truth, major revelation, major clarity. I love these cards, how much you love these cards. Thanks, I'm getting another day's use out of the blue. Yeah, swords are communication, but an Ace of Swords is like a huge... It's throwing down the gauntlet, It's like, this is very clear to me right now, or I know what I think about this situation now. This is significant, okay? Let's get one more for the outcome, and then I need to plug my charger in. The Four of Cups upright. The Four of Cups is being closed off to offers of emotion from others, including this person. Cups are full of water, and water represents emotion. So if someone offers you a cup of emotion, it's either to apologise or to declare, like that they have feelings for you, they think very highly of you. In the outcome, it's like, I don't care, don't want to know, I'm just going to act like I don't see you, okay? So I think that's you being closed off to them. I think you're very clear how you feel about this right now. And this person, feels ignored, but they are way too diverted between many different things. Perhaps they're not in control of their own life at the moment, but it's not good enough. That is not good enough. You've got things that you want to achieve. You're looking towards yourself, because that's what you do best when people are not creating stability for a Taurus. You're not going to step onto the platform that they're stood on. When they're saying, come and join me, because that platform's going to disintegrate beneath the pair of you. You like routine, you like stability, you like reliability, and it's not because you're boring, it's because you're not willing to risk what's important in life for someone who's, not got good intentions or not got things under control. Okay, we're plugged in. Thank you for the likes, guys. If you are considering a super chat or anything like that, please do a donation on PayPal instead. The link's in the channel description. It's just that when you do a super chat, YouTube take 50% of that and put it in the ring pocket. So it's like I get like half of what you think you're giving me. Do you know what I mean? Right, let's get a message from this person. Attached to my ex, okay? So it could be someone that is going through a divorce, a separation, or moving out from a home, if they're unmarried. There's someone who is not over their ex, they're going through a lot, they're trying to heal, and they obviously care, but it's just like, I need time and space to break this connection, okay? So that's the kind of work that you do by yourself. You can't help them to do that, and if you do, you'll be a rebound, okay? So the timing of this wasn't great, okay? It's not because they want to be back with their person, but it takes time to heal a broken heart, okay? And that doesn't happen by just jumping into it with someone else. They probably know that they can't do right by you, and so they've kept away if there's been a period of silence, because they're not healed yet. Emotionally, physically, and spiritually, they're trying to detach from an old lifestyle, old routines, years and years of emotion. They're trying to do a reset of their life, and they can't consider your feelings at the same time as their own. Now, that doesn't mean that you're wrong for being upset, because I think there was promises here, or I think there was excitement, I think there was certain things being offered and then they were taken back, or things weren't lived up to. Poor timing is poor timing. It's not anyone's fault. This person was probably thrilled to meet someone and be excited about someone again, Father wounds. My father is a big influence on my behaviour now as an adult. I have challenges with connecting to the divine masculine energy within me and externally. So, when I say like this person's more like in a feminine energy, that's not to emasculate someone. It's to say like they're more passive at the moment. And if someone says, look, don't you think you got enough on your plate right now, without trying to start something new, maybe you should like let the dust settle, or like get some things like, some problems solved, some loose ends tied up. Don't you think you should give it a bit before you're trying to do everything at once, or you're trying to jump into being happy when actually you're broken up inside? They're probably listening to advice from a parent, or struggling to get into their masculine energy and feeling in control, feeling like they're the director of their life. So unfortunately, it's to do with timing. It's to do with them healing a broken heart. It's not because they want the person back. but they've kept away because that is just the facts, okay? That's the facts of the situation. Let's see what they've got to say. Whoops. My higher self is trying to reach you. Okay, so they feel like some sort of like psychic connection with you. This person could be very intuitive. They fully know that you are hurt. They fully know that this isn't how you want things to be. But that's the facts of the situation. It is what it is, at least for a while longer. And they probably know that you know that. Do you know what I mean? Which is why no one's saying anything to anyone. What is it that this person likes about Taurus then? Okay, so we've got, I like sleeping next to you. And we've got, I'm working hard on my finances for you, for us, for our future. Guys, that's quite cute, actually. It's just annoying, isn't it? Timing is bigger than, like, whether you like each other. The timing is everything. What's the nature of this connection, please? These nails are off Temu. I'm not sponsored by Temu. I should be. Pretty much everything you can see is off Temu. The tarot cards, the accessories, the nails, whatever's on the desk. Open your eyes. If someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. It's possible you had conversations with this person where these things were said. You know, very, very honest, to the point, raw conversations, you know, eyes being red because it's literally like the biggest thing going on for them. This person were being honest, okay? They were being honest about what's happened. They've not lied to you. What's the nature of this connection, please? Is my phone just gone? Oh, it's not charging. Hang on. Oh, what a silly cow. I've not turned it on at the wall. Oh dear. Right, let's hope we don't turn off. Okay. Oh. This person believes that you deserve love. You are lovable, Taurus. If you've been feeling like maybe love just isn't for you, or you're meant to be by yourself forever, that's not the case, okay? There's nothing wrong with you. You are enough. This person is just completely overwhelmed. It is the worst timing. And if you feel like you've been strung along, it's because they can't actually like offer you something right now, but they're so scared that someone else is going to have you. So don't see that this hasn't worked out because you don't deserve it, or you're not supposed to be in love, or you're just meant to be by yourself. It's not the case, okay? Not the case. Look what this person's thinking about. I'm working hard on my finances for you, for us, and for our future. They hold you in high regard. Someone that just gets over an ex just like that, you don't want that. You want someone who is loyal, who is in stuff fully once they're in it. They were honest with you when they spoke to you about this, okay? Why has it not worked out with the past person then? Forgiving, they didn't mean to hurt you, but you are holding on to it. Forgiving helps you to get past it. Who does that look like? Is it Frank Lampard? I don't know. That looks like some kind of footballer or something. Someone's gonna be like, what the hell? I'm not a football person really, but that reminds me of someone. So in the past relationship, grudges were held and they weren't good at sorting things out, this person and their ex. So that needs to be like something that doesn't happen in this relationship and you've got free will, but if you decide to pursue this at some point when it's a better time, they won't enjoy, like, if there's grudges and lack of forgiveness or, truths unveiling, confront issues with honesty, revealing secrets to light the way forward. So they or the person that they were previously with or married to or living with, sometimes there wasn't honesty, so that could be an issue. Enduring quest, through struggle, build the stamina to uncover and stand by your truth. Reciprocal lines, navigate boundaries with grace, mastering the art of give and take in harmony. Yeah, they just found it really difficult to cooperate. Capricious, children are involved, or someone's being immature. Okay, so they said that they found it difficult because they do have father wounds. Okay, so at some point this person could behave immaturely. They know that they're not perfect. And they could also struggle, with their identity as being a father. That could be extremely important here. Hanging on, release the past and let yourself love again. Okay, so they are struggling to let go of the past because they're trying to understand where it went wrong, which is a natural part of the healing process. It's no good just running into something new without taking any accountability. Okay, so but that's not easy to do that. To focus on what we could have done wrong ourselves. Planning, text, phone call, meeting up. Make it rain, manifesting abundance, legal matters in your favour, unexpected money, promotion, entrepreneur. Okay, so this person got some things that they're trying to work on for themselves. They've got some plans, they've got some stuff, so they're kind of caught in a state of flux between the past, the present and the future. Let's get the unspoken truth. Can you still trust she or he? It's difficult, isn't it? Because when you've had a decent amount of time apart, or someone's leaving a marriage or a living situation, you worry that they'll go back. You worry that they'll never get over it, that they'll feel like they made a mistake once they are with you. This could be something you've not dealt with before, Taurus. Maybe you've only ever mingled with people who are fully single. They've been single for a long time. It's creating and presenting different challenges. Right, so we've had messages from them. We've looked at the nature of the connection. Let's get you some advice. Today, I allow life to be easy. Okay, so Taurus, your advice is to go with the flow. Act like a child in springtime that's happy to have a swing and a sunny day. Okay? Don't fight yourself. Don't fight the situation. You don't need to. I'm a Scouser, so I could have an argument with a brick wall. That's something you'll understand if you know any Scousers. But we've always seemed to be like angry and got a chip on our shoulder. But you're only making yourself suffer by focusing on these blocks and delays or obstacles or, building a lack of trust with this person. Try and give yourself an easier day by just going with the flow, okay? Joy. Like a child. Oh, that's mad, isn't it? That's come out like that. Like a child, I discovered joy in the simplicity of life. That's beautiful how that goes together. Happiness lies in magical moments, not in the material. Okay, so if you're really focused on, but I should have a house by this date or this age, I should have a bigger car by this date or this age, I should have X job or X business by this date or age, I should, be having this kind of holiday. Okay, stuff's fine, but what we get in life for free is normally the thing that makes us feel most abundant. Time with people we care about. Okay, after lots of cloudy days and rain and cold, it's having the sunshine. Okay, the birds singing. You are rich. You are rich. Okay, you are. If it's a boiling hot country and you get a day where there's actual breeze, like it's a blessing, isn't it? It's like an actual blessing. So even the smallest joy is a great source of light. Okay. The first raindrops after a drought, like these are the things that we feel so blessed and so grateful for. Creation, I have the power to direct my life. With a constructive attitude, I create what is best for my soul. I firmly believe I can transform and improve my inner and outer worlds by turning every thought into affirmative action. I act in the image of God and bring light into my life. Okay, so there are things that you're in control of. When you plan and you actively put time, money, and energy into things, you invest. And anything you do a bit of each day, you don't have to, Rome wasn't achieved in a day. But anything you put bits of time into each day, it's called Kaizen, that, and you're building. It's not that you're not doing anything. There is movement, there is progress. Of course there is. Reframe it, okay? Because you're being a bit dramatic. Become a child again. There's time for work, there's time for play, there's time for all of it, okay? Remember when you were little and it felt like the summer holidays was a year? When you're constantly looking ahead and feeling anxious, it feels like time's just whizzing by, okay? And you live miserably. So don't do that. Allow yourself to enjoy little moments, distract yourself with projects, savor things, remind yourself that you are making progress, you are putting increments of energy and time and money into stuff, and you are making progress, okay? Why did I just shuffle them again? Or if they just slipped off? Self. If beating yourself up worked, you'd be thin, rich, and happy. Try loving yourself instead. Oh my god, that's so weird. I don't even remember shuffling them or picking them out unless they fell at the same time as the others. Be kinder to yourself, okay? Stop the negative self-talk or the negative treatment. Worry less about making the right choice and more about being strong enough to handle any outcome. Because fear comes from thinking, I don't trust myself. Which door? Which option? I've made the wrong decision in life. I've made mistakes in life. Okay? No, you haven't. You are admired by many because of how you come back from stuff time and time again. admired, okay? Not pitied, admired, looked up to. People are secretly afraid that, if their relationship or marriage or, something really bad falls apart, happens to them, they won't know how to come back from it the way that you do. It's intimidating because they need a relationship, you don't. They need an organisation to be a part of, you don't. You've set up your own one. They're intimidated by it, Taurus, because you're actually getting more and more independent. The more shit falls on your shoulders, the better you get throwing it off. And other people are terrified of having to be in that scenario. They're just like, well, I'm glad I haven't had to do that. They're not prepared for how to deal with it. And in life, we're all going to be alone again at some point. We're all going to lose our partner that we've married at some point. Okay, so it's not that they'll never have to do it. And it's not a nice thought, but one day you could come home and find your partner in bed with someone, or they've just walked off and left you, or they suddenly had a heart attack or something. It's awful to think of stuff like that, but it's happening around us all the time. So you think that you'll never have to, throw all that rubble off your back and start over, but we're used to doing it, okay? And people are like, wow, wow. Infinite horizons. The horizon holds endless opportunities. So step forward with confidence. Ooh, you've got so much still to explore. Look at that moon. So much still to come. So much to experience. And you are more and more and more prepared for it, okay? Okay, this one I need to do. And then we'll get some divine timing cards for you, Taurus. Self-acceptance. Embrace all parts of yourself with self-compassion and forgiveness. There's a lot about self-care here. You're not a fuck-up, Taurus. You're not someone that makes mistakes. You're not a loser. You're not this. You're not that, okay? Life is a game of snakes and ladders, okay? And you have already proven yourself several times over. You're very well thought of, very much admired. You're strong. You're capable. You've already achieved lots of things for other people. Achieved a lot of earning potential. Studied. You're well read. You connect with people beautifully. You have a beautiful heart despite it being stamped on. You are precious. You're like a rare gem. So you're not to say nasty things yourself. And you think that you don't do it, but I wonder if it's late at night and you're lying in bed that you lack confidence, or you have fear, or you doubt that something's going to come off or something's going to work, or you think you're never going to get somewhere. We negative self-talk more than we want to admit, really. If we're honest with ourselves, we probably do it a lot, because it's easy to criticize yourself, isn't it? But that's more like panic rather than confidence. So we need to nip that in the bud. Soul light. Your soul light guides your inner world and path through awakening, revelation, awakening, guidance. Look at this here. We're already deciding that we can see what's best for us right now, and that's to walk away from someone that we actually really care about and we wanted it to work with. How brave you are, how bold you are, how courageous you are. You're not a stalker, stalking people, trying to make them be with you anyway, trying to ruin their life. You know that people are free. Love is free will. You know this person has the right to heal. You know they've got the right to space and time. And whether it works out or not, you're going to focus on yourself. You've already started it. You quietly got on and did it because you already knew ages ago that that's what needed to be done. Language of the cosmos. Decode the cosmos's language for deeper insights and guidance. This is all part of the journey. You are the Hierophant, you're the teacher, you know? Your purpose in life, you're allowed to be loved, you're allowed to be happy, but you will experience difficulties and come back from them, because that's your story as a Taurus, as the Hierophant. You are no longer the student, you are the teacher, and that comes from the mileage, okay? The endless experiences, the love and the loss. That's why you can't gain the knowledge from experience otherwise. You're not the high priestess, you are the Hierophant. So you were the student. The only way to become the teacher is through experience. It's part of your story, you know? This person isn't, you know, they're not nasty, they're not lying to you. They, at parts, at certain points, have been honest about what they're going through and what's taking place. And maybe they're not as bold as you, maybe they're not as confident as you, maybe they felt like they needed to grab onto you because you look confident, you look like you're in control of your life, you look happy without anyone else. I think, to be honest, that is the fate of the Hierophant, is you attract a lot of people who want to be like you and they don't know how to do it yet. So you should place a higher value on yourself. Is that not true? Crumbling. Why have I picked up them? Ignore that. Nothing's crumbling. I'm picking up the wrong cards. Right, divine timing. I don't think we should contact this person, and I don't think they're going to contact us. So I'm going to think about love coming in, and I'm not going to say who it is, just the next love interest that you're going to have. It could be them, it could be someone new. Let's have a look at timing for that, because I think you are healed, okay? But your heart might belong to this person, or you might think, well, I'm open to new, actually, if they're not going to be available for a long time. So just whoever it is, when is it going to come in? When will we get contact or date, or, you know, have something going on? February, okay. February 2026. So after Christmas, after the January blues, comes frosty February with brilliant blue skies, gorgeous, you know, pale yellow sunrises, and crisp frosts on all the trees, the ground, and it's just lovely clear air. I like the sense of clarity that comes in February, you know. And you start planning for the summer, don't you? You start booking holidays for the summer, and yeah, it's nice to look forward. I think we're very good at looking forward. Sometimes we're too good at it. So let's try to be present of mind, present in the moment, slow down time, okay? Because anxiety is when you look too far forwards because you're afraid. We're not afraid, okay? We know that we deserve love. We know that this person was telling us the truth. We don't need to get them to keep saying it to us. They're keeping away and you're keeping to yourself because you just know. You know anyway, okay? It's not that you don't deserve love. It's not that you're going to be by yourself, but you are amazing at accepting truths and focusing on yourself and pouring into yourself. You're really good at it. You don't realise how other people perceive you. And I think that's because you're so much of an empath and so human. You haven't got this huge, big ego. I want this one on the top, okay? Self-acceptance. February, you're going to have a bit of romance, whether it's this person or someone else. You're going to have a bit of something going on, okay? Take care of yourselves, Taurus. If you like this reading, please give it a like. Share the video with other people who you think this resonates with. Hype the channel, support the channel. If you want to donate, there's a link in the channel description. I prefer that to super chats because 50% goes in YouTube's pocket. When you think it's all going to me, it's not. Okay, so just to let you know, you don't have to do that, obviously. Let's go on to Gemini. If you're not interested in Gemini, I'll see you in the next one. If you're looking for Cancer or another sign, it'll be about half an hour to 40 minutes. Okay, probably about 40 minutes for each reading. It tends to be 40 minutes. I don't want to go to an hour. my ankles were filling up with blood because I was sitting here for too long. So I don't want to do that today. It'd be nice to go swimming or get out. I would like to get out in the sun actually today. Just wrap up and have like a woodland walk or something. It's a bit annoying during, you know, when it was time where everyone was like going to get pumpkins, it was like overrun at the woods where I like to go. It's usually really like calm and like ethereal, and you just hear like little robins like pecking on, you know, bits of seed and stuff, and like there's normally a pony that's silent, and then there's like Highland cows that are just white, and they're just like the sun's like strobing through the trees, and it's just normally so silent. And it was just the noisiest place. It's like being on the M6 or something. I was like, I don't want to be here right now. But I think it'll be quiet again. That's the only thing, isn't it, when places become like a honeypot and everyone starts going there en masse, it's not peaceful anymore. I'm happy for the girl that has a business there because she's a young entrepreneur, and she set up a farm shop cafe, but they've really like, you know, become very enterprising, and they're doing like sort of lots of big events and stuff, and it's gone a bit like too far really in terms of like it's right next to like where I walk. I do remember what it's like for people who have toddlers though, trying to find something to do with the little ones. Oh, thank you. That's really kind. Fabid. Thank you. Okay, so Gemini, we're on to now.